The famous "Can I have" questions. I know I'm surely not the only coach who gets these questions. Can I have grapes? Can I have dates? Can I have sourdough? I get asked these kind of questions a lot. I got asked a few of them even this morning. The can I have questions, or am I allowed? Which it's. I mean, look, people are going to always ask me these. I'm not going to insult people here, but I hate getting those kind of questions, especially am I allowed? But it's going to happen every day, and that's fine. And if you've asked me that recently, don't worry. So it really depends on everything else you're doing that day. This is the answer, because people say, can I have an apple? Absolutely. Should you have 3 apples each day? No, because people typically find it difficult to get enough protein. If you're going to be staying full on eating apples all day, then you're going to find it harder to hit your protein targets. You need to see everyone's full week. So our date's fine, absolutely gorgeous dark chocolate, put some almond butter in them, stick them in the freezer. Great. So our date's fine, yes. 3 dates all day, is that a good idea? No. Same with everything else. So it's not that any food is bad in its own. Yes, there is some black and white foods. Like, there's some obvious foods that are unhealthy and we should avoid. But when it comes down to all the other types of foods, you can't just look at one ingredient of a meal on its own, because it depends on what the rest of that meal is like. You can't even look at one meal on its own, because it depends on what the rest of that day is like. You can't look at one day on its own, because it depends on what the rest of that week is like. And we cut it off there. We don't need to go any further than that. But you need to map out your full week, and then show me that. So show me your full week, and is this a good week? And judging by that, then I can get a good handle of if you're getting enough protein, if you're getting enough fats, if you're getting the right types of carbs. So that's a much more important question. Does this look like a good food plan? Great. And then we can look at the single ingredients and say, yeah, that looks good, that makes a great meal. Or we can say, you're having too much of this, and even though it's a healthy food, it's going to unbalance the other foods that you're having. So that's the famous "can I have" question, or am I allowed question.